Hello everyone, welcome to my video. This time I would like to read a short story. The title, The Wine's Press. A short story by Joseph S. Burger. Okay, let's start. Grapes, you don't have to be friends to enjoy the decent red wine. Carlos Jocelyn de Cruz used to tell his foreign guests whenever he entertained them in Paris. But you don't have to be friends to recognize one. He would add with laugh. After a lifetime in the French diplomatic corps, the Count de Cruz lived with his wife in an elegant townhouse on Quai Voltaire. He was a likable man, cultivated of course, with a well-deserved reputation as a genius host and an amazing raconteur. This evening, guests were all European and all equally convinced that immigration was at the root of European problems. Carlos de Grace said nothing. He had always concealed his contempt for such ideas, and in any case, he had never much care for this particular case. The first of the red Bodak was being served with the fill, and one of the guests turned to the Cruz. Come on, Carlos. It is simple arithmetic. Nothing to be with race of color. You must have had bags of experience of this sort of thing. Why did you say? Yes, General Beggs. Without another words, the girl picked up his glass and introduced his bulbous wine's nose. Winey nose. After a moment, he looked up with watery eyes. A truly full body Bordeaux, he said warmly, a wine among wines. The four guests held their glasses to the light and studied their blood-red contents. They all agreed that it was the best wine they had ever tasted. One by one, the little white lights along the sign were coming on, and from the first floor windows you could see the brightly lit backyard moths passing through the arches of the pond du carousel. The party moved on to a dish of game served with a more fergus claret. Can you imagine? Asked the Cruz as the claret was proud. That there are people who actually serve wines they knowing nothing about? Really? Said one of guests, a German politician. Personally, before I uncork a bottle, I like to know what is in it. But how? How can anyone be sure? I like to herd around the vineyard. Take this place I used to visit in Bodegs. I got to know the wine grower there personally. That's the way to know what you are drinking. Matter of pedigree, Carlos, said the other politician. This fellow counted the grass as though the dark man had not spoken. Always gave you the story behind his wines. One of them was the most extraordinary story I ever heard. We were tasting in his winery, and we came to a cask that made him frown. He asked if I agree with him that red Bordeaux was the best wine in the world. Of course, I agreed. Then he made the strangest statement. The wine in case, he said, and there were tears in his eyes. The best vintage in the world, but its start is life far from the country where it was grown. The guys paused to check that his guests were being served. Well, said the dark man. The Grace and his wife exchanged glances. To tell them, she said. The grass leaned forwards, took another sip of wine, and dabbed his lips with the corner of his napkin. This is the story he told them.